With as much as I am into spirituality and the woo-woo, what made me pursue a educational background in psychology? Because the human brain is fascinating, even if it is incredibly complex. Like, I mean, the amount of times that like cognitive psychology would like give me a nosebleed. Ugh. You know that this actually helps to develop and deepen your understanding of spirituality and these spiritual experiences you have, right? For example, dreams. When you dream, you are running on a visual database. Things that you have seen, even if you don't really consciously remember seeing them, like, say, the face of a stranger you walk past down the street one day, like one time in your whole life, that goes into the database. That's why, even though I am considered legally blind now with a white cane and have to read Braille, I still see things when I dream. I can also see things when I meditate and all that other stuff, but that's a different subject. You know, your psychic experiences are going to be very similar to that concept, right? I have found that sometimes people get very, very discouraged when they take a prophetic dream at completely literal face value, but then get disappointed when it doesn't happen that way. Do you want to know why? Because you cannot create things within your mind that do not fall within your visual database. These are human bodies, and you have to understand their limitations and how they work. Instead, I will give you an meditative experience that I had and explain it for you to kind of help you understand this. One time, I went to a place that I call the library with the touchscreen well. It wasn't actually a library. That was just the closest thing that my mind could give it. It was a place of infinite knowledge. Given how earthy everything was, I'm willing to bet that it was very rustic. But that's the reason why my mind registered it as a library. Now, onto the touchscreen well. I call it that because it was very obviously a small contained body of water that I had to look into. The reason I called it a touchscreen well is because the water surface acted a lot like a computer screen. And it showed me a lot of information. At one point, it showed me a map with a little profile picture that pointed to a specific place. Do you see where I'm going with this? When you're having a spiritual experience, an astral experience, what have you, don't be quick to be so literal when you're kind of dissecting it. Go at it from a place of symbolism and personal association, because that is going to help you discern what the experience is that you've actually had. As a Norse pagan, I can tell you that I do strongly believe that the experience that I'm talking about was me going to Mimir's well. The disembodied man that I heard speaking also contributes to that. I never saw anybody's face or anything. I could just hear his voice inside my head and all around. But is this helping you to kind of understand how knowing and understanding how our physical body and our brain works actually helps to deepen and develop your understanding of spiritual experiences? Give it some thought. Let me know what you think.